amazing, beautiful people. Welcome back to another Umamusume reaction video. I said that there were loads of videos I wanted to check out, and this is just another one that's been on my list, and that is Goldship, the biggest ragebaiter of Umamusume. A lot of you asked me to check this one out. It comes from the channel. I don't even say this guy's name. Glavlikoyo? Maybe. Link to their channels in the description. Go show them some love. Press the like button. Press that subscribe button. Do not forget that at 70,000 subscribers on this channel, we're going to play this game for the first time ever. So if you're not subscribed, press the subscribe button. For now, I'm going to stop freaking talking. Let me know what other Umamusume reactions I should check out in the comment section down below. Let's jump into my first reaction to Umamusume's Goldship, the biggest ragebaiter.
In the sprawling world of Umamusume Pretty Derby, among dozens of legendary champions, one character has become the face of the franchise's unpredictable spirit. If you have seen any clips from the game or the anime, you have almost certainly seen her. The tall, gray-haired girl with a goofy grin. The one pulling pranks, breaking the fourth wall, and delivering a flying dropkick to her trainer. This is Goldship, or Golshi, as she is known to her legion of fans. And while she often seems like the comic relief, she is absolutely the comic relief. Her story is one of the most complex and fascinating in the entire series, because the anime girl who acts like the prankster is a direct, faithful translation.
It's funny how I literally got into Umamusume watching Hololive funny moments. That's it. That's all I saw. And people were like, Luke, you go get in this rabbit hole. And here we are. And you know what? It's fun as fuck. But Goldship was the one everyone in Hololive was like cheering on. And thus, I began cheering.
Of a real-life racehorse, a multi-million-dollar champion who was just as brilliant and even more chaotic than his fictional counterpart. This is the story of that horse, and how his career, his personality, and his incredible contradictions were perfectly reborn as a digital icon. Let's get into it. To really understand the legend of Goldship, you first have to accept that he was, above all, a contradiction. On paper, the facts paint a clear picture of an elite champion, a 6-time Grade 1 winner, with career earnings of nearly 1.4 billion yen. But the numbers never told the whole story, because alongside that breathtaking brilliance was a baffling, often maddening belligerence. He was a force of nature that operated entirely on his own terms. And the key to this puzzle, the source code for his unique brand of chaos, can be found in his bloodline. His pedigree isn't just a list of ancestors, it is a recipe for his entire personality. Let's start with his father's side. His sire, was a horse named Asmongold, a successful what? Oh, it's not Asmongold? A horse named...
It wasn't Asmongold? No. Oh, shit. I've been lied to. I thought it was. Also, did he always look like... Was that Asmongold? What?
Stay Gold, a successful competitor from the line of legendary American champion Sunday Silence. This bloodline is famous in Japan for two things: producing horses of immense, explosive talent, and that talent often being coupled with a fiery, difficult temperament. Stay Gold himself was known for his own quirks. Some fans even called him a terrorist on the racecourse. Golshi's own half-brother, the Triple Crown winner Orphever, was famously nicknamed the Tyrant for his fierce disposition. This is where Golshi inherited his explosive, unpredictable spirit. But that is only...
So when you play the game, you just train them and you have no input in the race. Like right now, you just watch. You watch the race.
Half of the story. On his mother's side, the influence was the complete opposite. His dam was a daughter of the Japan Racing Association Hall of Fame inductee Nejiro McQueen, one of the nation's most celebrated long-distance runners.
Which, by the way, I feel like 70,000 subscribers is a way too big goal. Luke, you're crazy. Yeah, I said it big on purpose. I didn't think you guys would hit it. You guys went up 1,000 subscribers in 3 days. All right. You're scaring the shit out of me how close you're getting. In fact, I don't even know what we're gonna be at when this video goes live. We may have already passed it. You guys are freaky. In fact, right now recording this video, let me see if how many we've gone up since I last checked, which was like just this morning at some point, right? So we have already gone up, what, like another 100? What the hell's wrong with you guys? You guys really want me to play this game? Motherfuckers, Jesus Christ. You don't need to chill out, man. My word.
From this line, Golshi got his signature gray coat that whitened with age, and more importantly, a deep well of stamina and consistency. The ability to just keep running. So you have this perfect genetic storm. From his father, the volatile spirit of a rebel. From his mother's side, the powerful, relentless engine of a marathon runner. His entire career can be seen as a manifestation of this war within him. A horse born with an engine of a stayer, but cursed with the soul of a rebellious sprinter. He was a living paradox paradox, and it was on the racetrack where this internal conflict would be put on full display for the world to see.
Man.
His career wasn't a simple list of wins and losses. It was a story written in a few distinct, unforgettable moments. The first came in 2012, and his first major Grade 1 race, the Satsuki Show. The conditions were awful, a track soaked with rain, turning the ground into heavy, treacherous mud. For most of the race, Goldship did what he always did. He lingered at the very back of the pack, seemingly uninterested, right? But as the field swung wide into the final turn, trying to find a better footing on the outside, Goldship did the opposite. He dove towards the inside rail, a path so rough and chewed up that every other jockey was actively avoiding it. With what can only be described as breathtaking power and balance, he warped through this treacherous path, gaining an immense advantage. From there, he unleashed a devastating charge down the straight, blowing past the entire field to win. This wasn't just a victory, it was a statement. It was the debut of his heart-stopping chaser style, and a clear sign that he operated by a completely different set of rules. Jumping forward to his 6th and final Grade 1 victory in 2015. The Tenno Show was perhaps the race that best captured his grit. This was a grueling
Like, I didn't even realize how fucked up that part of the course was until they did a zoom in there, and you can literally see it looks like some sort of off-road track you take remote control cars on or something like that. It looked nuts. And Goldship was like, that's my road, baby.
1,200-meter marathon, a race he had tried and failed to win twice before. He was also recovering from a hoof injury,
look at the mother
race he had tried and failed to win twice before.
Look at the size of these horses, bro. Jesus Christ. Bro, whoa, look at that. My God, how do you get off that thing? You need a fucking bus to come and help you down.
He was also recovering from a hoof injury, so expectations were mixed. He started poorly, as was his custom, am I right? Trailing far behind. But on the backstretch, he began a massive, relentless run, moving up through the field, and in the final desperate strides, he caught the leader to win by a mere neck. It was a victory of pure perseverance, and his jockey's comments after the race were incredibly telling. He said, "I was thinking of going front if he started well," which obviously wasn't the case. From there on, I just concentrated on following the pace and careful not to turn him off. That last part is the key. The job wasn't just to ride him, the job was to actually manage his psychology, to keep him engaged. This win was a testament to the delicate mental battle required.
I love that Goldship. Like, literally riding this horse, your mentality is like, at some point, Goldship might just get bored and just stop racing. I gotta make sure that Goldship is a horse with ADHD. I gotta make sure that Goldship is fucking invested in this race, because if Goldship is invested in the race, Goldship wins. But randomly, Goldship just gets bored and just becomes uninvested in the race, then Goldship loses. Also, for some reason, that horse has got no head on the right of there and no front legs. That's strange. I don't know why.
To pilot him. These moments showed that when Goldship was in the mood, he was a nearly invincible force of nature. But the entire sport and everyone who bet on it would soon learn in the most spectacular way possible what happened when he was not. The stage was in 2015. Takarazuka Kinen. Goldship entered the race as the overwhelming favorite. He was on the verge of making history, attempting to become the first horse to ever win this prestigious all-star race 3 times in a row. The betting public had wagered an astronomical sum on him. The starting gate sprang open and the rest of the field thundered away. Goldship went into what was described as an inexplicable fit. He reared up high on his hind legs, holding the pose, a perfect statue of defiance, as the race disappeared into the distance. By the time he finally decided to run, he was hopelessly behind. In that single moment,
it's so weird when
by the time he finally,
because Goldship looks like they're catching up quickly. So why was like, how long is this race? Is it a short race? Because like, look how quick Goldship catches up.
He was hopelessly behind.
Did Goldship give up or
something? Single moment of defiance, an
crazy,
estimated 12 billion yen in winning tickets was instantly turned into worthless paper. Depending on the exchange rate at the time, that is anywhere from about 82 million to 135 million USD. Gone. Vaporized by a horse who simply decided he didn't feel like it. And this is the event that truly defines his legacy as the chaos agent.
I like the way people say vaporized, you know, like that money was just gone. No, that money went somewhere. That money made some people happy.
Entire sport of horse racing, and especially the massive betting industry built around it, is founded on principles of statistical analysis, performance prediction, and quantifiable
Fucking
data. It is a
Goldship.
system designed to make the unpredictable predictable.
So funny.
Goldship was a living, breathing refutation of that entire system. One writer at the time described him perfectly, calling him a divine punishment inflicted on humanity for daring to gamble on the enterprise of horse racing. He was a force of nature.
A divine punishment inflicted on humanity is a mad statement to give anything.
That reminded everyone in the most
That's
financially
fucking hilarious.
catastrophic way possible that some things simply cannot be quantified. It was moments
true.
like these
Fact,
of
bro.
spectacular talent
Some
and
things,
even
man.
more spectacular self-sabotage that cemented his legend. He was actually a character so perfectly formed. It was almost inevitable that someone would decide to make his story playable. This is where the Goldship legend was supercharged for a new era in the world of Umamusume Pretty Derby. And the genius of his adaptation to the
So
horse girl
great.
is how it was a meticulous and clever translation. It starts with her visual design, which is essentially a canvas of hidden references. It is designed to be a
It
rewarding
is?
experience for anyone who knows the real story. For instance,
Oh, yeah?
her race outfit, the red dress, and the white and red sweatbands is a direct copy of the jockey silks his riders wore. Look closer at the
okay.
dress and you will see 6 gold buttons running down the
Yeah.
front. Each one represents one of his 6 grade 1 victories. And then there are the visual puns. A large golden anchor-shaped ornament hangs from her thigh, a playful nod to her name, Goldship. But the most brilliant part of his adaptation
Ah. Nice. Nice. I didn't get that. Even when he said anchor, I did not tie that in with the actual name. Nice.
isn't the visual, it is the
Nice touch.
narrative. It lies in her most prominent relationship, her friendship with the elegant and proper Mejiro McQueen. Now, to understand why this is so clever, you have to know the reality. Mejiro McQueen was Goldship's maternal grandfather. They existed in different eras and, of course, never met. But in the world of Umamusume, where champions from across history can interact, they're reimagined as contemporaries, teammates, and the closest of friends. Their dynamic is a classic pairing. Goldship is the
Nice.
chaotic prankster, and McQueen is the easily flustered, prim and proper target of those pranks.
Why
This
does
friendship
Goldship
is a
look like a
living
fucking
metaphor for
giant
Goldship's
Chad
own pedigree. Think back to the source code, right? Mejiro McQueen, the
Nice.
elegant, consistent, long-distance champion, represents the disciplined stayer half of Goldship's bloodline, and Goldship's constant
Nice
chaotic
again.
teasing of her is the personification of the rebellious, fiery spirit he inherited from his father, Asmongold. Their entire friendship is a visualization of his internal genetic
Why does Goldship's poor eyes just constantly keep getting fucked over, man? What's going
conflict.
on?
It transforms
Goldship's
the
eye
dry
again?
data of a
No.
pedigree chart into a compelling and
No.
often hilarious emotional story. This intelligent adaptation,
Goldship.
translating both his story and his very genetics into a compelling character, is what allowed the legend of Goldship to find a new, even larger audience. And that audience
Amazing.
would, in turn, take his story and make it their own, creating a
What was
phenomenon
the picture on the left there? Goldship, Colonel Sanders message. Colonel. Nice, man. Nice. She's doing everything besides training. Fucking Goldship.
audience would, in turn, take his story and make it their own, creating a phenomenon that
love this so much.
transcended
I love
the
this
game
stupid
itself.
horse,
His
the best.
legend now lives and breathes
Oh my
on the
God.
internet. His most famous meme, the Umamusume character's flying dropkick, delivered to her trainer after a victory, is a direct loving reference
The
to the real
camera,
horse's
yes.
well-known habit of kicking out
Nice.
at his handlers. But these memes serve
Fucking
a crucial
great, man.
purpose. They are a cultural funnel. A potential new fan might see a funny clip of an anime girl drop kicking someone. Intrigued, right? They find out it's from Umamusume. A quick search then reveals that the character is based on a real one, and the drop kick is a reference to a real behavior. This might lead them to watch an actual race footage on YouTube.
That statement alone is enough. That's what that statement alone. That's what made me fall in love with this. It is the fact that these are real. These are real fucking horses, man. That's a real horse. Every character's real. It's so cool. It's so cool.
And suddenly, they find themselves deeply engaged with the history
Those
of
are real
Japanese horse
horses.
racing.
That's
the memes aren't
insane.
the end point, they are the entry point. A hilarious and accessible bridge from pop culture to a
You know what? Imagine if you could have a digital version of the horse races online that the world could bet on. That sounds like a terrible and genius idea. I'm not one who supports gambling in any sense, so I do want to make that clear before people come at me, because fucking hell, it's a very sensitive topic these days. So I'm not one who supports it, but I am also one who believes that if you're a grown adult, you should be able to do whatever you want with your own money. It's your money, do what you want with it, right? I'm just saying. Imagine if these horse races that like actually happened had full-blown anime like side-by-side sort of things along with it, right? Because I reckon there's people who just don't give a fuck about the horse racing, but are heavily invested in the game. Imagine if you could watch the horse racing online, bet on it the same way you would be able to the horse racing, but instead of seeing the actual horses, you see online digital versions of those horses represented as the anime girl characters from Umamusume. So you would essentially watch the race like we're watching it now, but it would be a real live version of the race. I'm just saying, that'd be kind of cool.
A classic sport. But the most fascinating part of Goldship's story...
And you could even have like build-ups to it as well with like the horses going to the thing. The whole event could be animated.
The final and greatest paradox came after he left the track. At the big red farm in Hokkaido, the lunatic from the racetrack became a model professional, a gentle, remarkably successful breeding stallion. He would go on to father a grade 1 winner, and in a moment of perfect karmic redemption, another of his sons would win the very race his father had so famously thrown years earlier. This dramatic shift in behavior suggests his chaos was not an inherent universal trait, but a context-dependent response. The high-pressure, restrictive world of professional racing, with its demanding training and confining starting gates, may have been the primary trigger for his defiant behavior. Man. In contrast, the more natural environment of the breeding farm allowed a different, more cooperative side of his personality to emerge. This makes you reconsider the entire story. He wasn't just a chaotic horse. Perhaps he was protesting. This final layer of complexity is what solidifies his place, not just as a champion, but as one of the most fascinating characters sport has ever produced. And in the end, that is the key to his enduring appeal. The perfect chaotic harmony between his two identities, the real horse and the fictional character. He was a character long before he was ever officially written as one. The real world thoroughbreds.
I actually love that fucking statement. He was a character long before he was ever written as one. That is genius. That is a genius statement. Because that's exactly what Goldship was. And exactly what we've been shown. Goldship was a character, a personality on the racetrack. And that's what made people love them. That is a very well-written line.
Rare combination of elite, world-class talent, and a maddeningly defiant personality created a natural, compelling narrative full of triumph, failure, comedy, and drama. Goldship. The Umamusume adaptation succeeded so brilliantly because it didn't need to invent a personality. It only needed to faithfully and cleverly translate the complex one that already existed. The creators understood that Goldship's essence was his contradiction. They embraced his flaws as much as his victories, turning his gate antics, his mood swings, and his infamous kicking into defining and beloved character traits. The result is a singular phenomenon where each half of his identity enriches the other in a self-perpetuating cycle of discovery. A fan of the game is led to the history of the real horse. A fan of the horse finds new joy in his fictional portrayal. The real horse provides the substance, the historical weight, and the unimpeachable record of achievement. The anime girl provides the accessibility, the humor, and the modern cultural currency of memes and fan communities. Now he is not just a horse or a character, a champion or a meme, he is Goldship, the unsinkable ship of chaos, a unique and unforgettable icon at the nexus of sports, story, and digital culture, and a perfect case study of how a legendary personality can be immortalized and amplified for a new generation. Goldship's story.
I think we are absolutely gonna have to check out more fucking characters from this game. If anything, that's what this video is cementing for me. Then we're gonna have to check out more. We can't just keep obsessing over Goldship. What is a video that properly breaks down another character from this game, man? Let me know.
Shows how much a real personality can shape a fictional character. But are there other real-world figures, athletes, or even animals whose stories you think are perfect for this kind of adaptation? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. But that is all from me, Glaive Kyo, and I will see you in the next one. Cheers!
Glaive Kyo, did he say? Something like that? Glaive Kyo? That's all from me, Glaive Kyo. Is that right? Glaive Kyo. Glaive Kyo. Glaive Kyo. Did I get it right? Maybe I got it right. Glaive Kyo. Link to their channel, of course, is in the description. So go and show them some love because they're the ones who made this wonderful video. I didn't make it. I know you guys probably thinking, Luke, did you make this video and react to this video? No. Glaive Kyo did. So shout out them. Link to channels in the description. Oh, my lord, man. I knew Goldship was amazing. I did. From the moment I reacted to those Hololive videos, I was like, there's something special about this crazy, insane horse. I don't know what it is, but I love it. And I knew Goldship was fucking amazing. I knew this was an amazing character. And I fell in love with it. because this character was unhinged and crazy, talking about some weird sort of like reception-based things and fucking kicking people and all that sort of stuff. And everyone loves that shit. Everyone loves that shit, man. Everyone loves it when someone kicks somebody. Everyone loves it. It's true. It's never a bad thing. and the more and more I saw, it was like Goldship that was like getting me hyped for Umamusume. And then we've just been reacting to shit since. We checked out the openings. You guys voted for them on Twitch. And then we checked out one of the songs performances. I need to check out some more music as well. And now I've been checking out these random behind-the-scenes videos and stuff. And we're probably going to end up playing the game the way you guys are subscribing. I said if we hit 70,000 subscribers within 2 weeks. You guys you're already halfway there when I announced it. And we've barely even started that damn promotion. So yeah. And then once we play the game, I guess the only next stop for us is the anime, man. I guess it's the anime next. And I'm super excited for this entire journey because it just seems, above all, something that is so simple and that is fun. It just seems really, really fun. Well, let me know what other Umamusume reactions you'd like to see on this channel. Put them all down below in that comment section. Do not forget to like and subscribe. Have yourselves a wonderful day. And as always, my friends, you will see me in the next video.